Hi folks, Job Comics here, having a look at another old Bronze Age comic. This time we're going with The Flash, called The Flash because he runs really quick. It's got Green Lantern in it as well. It's a solo story. This is issue 227. It's got this classic cover. Who doesn't love a Nick Cardy cover? I don't know if anybody does face. He's quite like Nick Cardy. I just love it. And this cover's just, it's just incredible, isn't it? Flash used to do this kind of break the fourth wall type of cover. I don't know any other comic that really did it as much as The Flash. There's that other famous one where he's got his hand up in front of the reader saying, "Stop! Stop! If you don't read this comic, I'm going to explode," or something. Yeah. So so here we are, Flash. This is your death. And if you're thinking that's a kind of strange title for a book, it's probably based on the old TV show This Is Your Life, where they would get a celebrity on and they would do, sort of, I don't know, Perry Como, This Is Your Life, or whatever. Anyway, so here we go, Captain Boomerang at the start here. Away you go, Flash, on a doom trip into interspace. And it's so strange. Flash was always Flash's Rogues Gallery, although it was quite cool, yeah. They can't show you the final page of this album, but being permission to reproduce the book's grim title. So his villains were always just silly, and Captain Boomerang's silliest of them all, a villain based on boomerangs. In 1974, you've got here again, Carrie Bates doing the story, of course, and then Irv Novick, Frank McLaughlin doing the unmistakable art. A lot of Irv Novick's art, I prefer Carmine Infantino's on Flash, if I'm honest, but Novick's lines are so clean, and he did so much work on DC around about this time, so it's a good style for easy comic book reading. Yeah, everything's very clear and everything's very precise. And here's Captain Boomerang, and he's got a compressed costume inside a boomerang. But I'm the first costume freak that ever came up with that gimmick. Well, actually, no, because the Flash does that as well, doesn't he? Here's what else was on the shelves. Shazam, Superboy, Justice League. I love that issue of Justice League, and of course The Unexpected. And we're back to the story here. So he's got a boomerang that causes a smoke screen. He's got he throws a boomerang and thinks that Barry's disappeared. Come on, Captain Boomerang, give me a break. So we're going through this album here. It's a snapshot. Oh, what is he? And good grief, his body suddenly became aerodynamic, using the force of my speed to send him catapulting far ahead of me. Because my own trick boomeranging back at me. Yeah, would that happen? Yeah. And you see, Captain Boomerang's, doing this narration for this book, yeah. Wait a minute. There we go. Is that what you readers are shouting out there? Well, as you should have guessed by now, you've been reading pages of a scrapbook kept by a man named Ozzie Green, a 2-shilling crook from Australia who happens to be the father of Captain Boomerang. What? So there you go. That's how the book things get done in this issue. There we go. And then of course you get the death trap here. He's got a paralysing. Where does Captain Boomerang get a paralysing formula from, right? And he trusts his Flash up, and then sends him, The Scarlet Speedster is boomeranging through a realm more terrifying than even his wildest nightmares. What is going on? But it's okay. He waits till he can move again. Look at that panel. Isn't that terrific? Oh. See the way Novick has done the ear thing. This is when the only time that Flash's ear things make sense is when you see him in motion and you see that behind him. That makes perfect sense to me. Meanwhile, we're back here. But of course, what do boomerangs do? They return, yeah. So, and then we get the way that Flash gets out of the dimension. What? There's a haunted mansion. And then we get the old water spout trick. And he catches them. So I wonder how the older guy, the one named Pup, fits into this caper. Pup leaves behind a scrapbook that didn't live up to its grim title. So there you go, just a complete and utter gimmick for this story. And let's move on. Green Lantern here. And again, Denny O'Neil doing the script in this. My Ring, My Enemy. Ooh, yeah. And it's Dick Dillon and Dick Giordano doing the artwork on this. Isn't that a great splash? There we go. Again, another great Bronze Age character. Green Lantern here, and he's doing his wee oath. Why does he need to say the oath? Because he does. And then the usual shenanigans. We get a lot of action going on here. I would venture that the Denny O'Neil Green Lantern story is a little better than the leading story. Let's have a look. What else was on the spinner racks? Look at that Swamp Thing. I wish I had that. I've got that Adventure Comics. Here we go. Hey, Green Lantern ain't messing about. Look, he does this guy right in. Damn. Damn, Hal. What you doing? You don't care for fists? I'll give you a taste of the ring. Yeah, that was my reaction to Green Lantern. There we go. It's your show, Green Lantern. Only you can save them with your power ring. So don't miss the stunning conclusion of My Ring, My Enemy in the next issue. Then we get a letters page. Who's writing? Keith Griffin? Is that Keith Giffen? Oh. Alan Ferguson. Hey, Eric. And there's your ad in your back page. However, do you ever get the impression that they used to draw these covers and then just hope that the writers would be able to do the story round about it? Because sometimes I think that's what happened, yeah. Oh, there's Nick Cardy signing that at the bottom. No wonder. What a great cover. And there's a Carmine Infantino hand there pointing to the MacGuffin for this story. So there you go. Really interesting issue. I hope you enjoyed looking at that as much as I did. I love Nick Cardy's covers. I could look at them all day, and sometimes I do because that's how sad I am. Catch you in the next one. Please subscribe to the channel. We're kind of stagnating at this point here, so we need a few more subscribers. If you could be that kind person, I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow.